So the two most powerful sorcerers have received brain damage as one Gojo he has over exhausted himself to the point where he used reverse curse technique to revive his burnout curse technique so he can't even use his domain expansion. And then we have Sukuna who received brain damage because he got hit with the unlimited void, and so now he can't even use his domain expansion. So both sorcerers are have to rely on hand-to-hand combat and curse technique, which is very interesting because throughout this whole chapter, it was all about Gojo pretty much mollywopping Sukuna because Gojo knows how to fight. Gojo knows how to throw hands, unlike Sukuna, but we cannot underestimate the Sukuna and what he's able to do because remember, he has the wheel of Maharaga activated because this whole entire time while he's fighting, he's trying to adapt to Gojo's infinity and any other attack that Gojo has. So Gojo, he kind of noticed that the wheel is turning black, and he noticed that when Sukuna used domain amplification, the wheel cannot actually adapt to any technique or any attack that Gojo throws at him. So this is just a huge opening for Gojo because now he kind of has like a breathing room because currently right now the wheel has to spin 4 times so that it could adapt to Gojo's infinity or any kind of attack that Gojo throws at Sukuna. So far the wheel only turned once. So now Gojo he has to try to finish off Sukuna before the wheel turns 3 times. Because if it turns 3 times, then the infinity will be no longer working and Sukuna will be able to adapt to it and to the point where Gojo is going to be in trouble. But Gojo is not even worrying at all, as Gojo is just smiling hard at Sukuna because he stated that he will go on ahead and kill Sukuna before the 3 turns has officially been completed. And with this, Sukuna he gets irritated because how dare Gojo will go on ahead and smile. But we know that Sukuna, he's actually loving this because he's fighting against a strong opponent. And this is something that he has been looking for. Because throughout this whole chapter, we see that Gojo is just continuously just beating the hell out of Sukuna left and right. Because as soon as we focus on the battle, Gojo is just going at Sukuna very hard. Like this man is just beating him down. He's using every single thing. He's using the debris to try to go ahead and knock down Sukuna, but Sukuna is able to dodge it, survive it. He's just able enough to actually take these hits of Gojo, but Gojo continuously going at Sukuna, and Sukuna is just having a hard time trying to actually get the upper hand. And this is just very interesting. There's even to a point where Gojo, he even multiply himself to the point where it's just a whole bunch of clones. And Sukuna, he was able enough to locate and detect the real Gojo and continue on with the fight. So this whole battle of Gojo and Sukuna is just very just focusing on the second round and how things are going to be setting up because we're already done with the domain expansion. And it's very interesting because how we start off with the chapter, Kusasabe, he tries to explain everyone how the blue works because we see how like Gojo every time when he battle against Sukuna, there's always like this blue cursed energy flowing. And then so the blue is the fist that would exchange cursed energy, and that the moment of impact, the blue will repeatedly absorb the surrounding space. As Hikari applied by saying that it's like being hit with a counterattack, but 10 times worse. As is implied that Hikari and Yuta has actually been hit by Gojo, but it wasn't that serious, but it just showcased that that technique is very powerful because Gojo's not holding back at all. This whole fight, Gojo's not holding back. So the fact that this technique, even though Gojo was in being serious with Yuta and Hikari because they're both very powerful sorcerers, it just kind of just showcased that Sukuna is in a whole different level because the fact that Sukuna is just continuously on fighting. He continuously, just continuously trying to throw hands against Sukuna. But this whole chapter, all the Gojo fans are twerking it up. Gojo is still standing tall, and Sukuna is struggling. But let me know down in the comment section of what you guys feel about this chapter and what's your favorite moments, corrections, or anything else. And if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here. Peace.